Hey America, Chef John, Ghetto, Gourmet. Hey, so I'm gonna start working this this dough. Look at this yeast; it's making nice bubbles. So we're gonna take half of that out, okay, and we're gonna put it into I guess this pot. Tonight we're gonna do the Mongolian stir fry because I want something light. I want some rice. I'm so sick. You guys can't see anything when I do that. Oh gosh. I'm so sick of I've had enough pasta. Not sick of pasta. I've just alright. So I'm gonna take half of this out. You guys can't see a thing. Oh, that's right, I'm gonna use a glass bowl. Thanks for reminding me. I love it when you guys shout out things from the audience like that. Oops! Chef has to do his dishes. So, hey guys, so escapades on the whole saga with my homegirl, right? So I get this phone call this afternoon, and I just got up and I'm getting ready. Hey, where are you? I'm way over here. So I just got up and I'm getting ready for my workout, right? And I decided to hang the bag today. And I hang the bag and I hit the bag and I do sit-ups and then I run around the block and I figure, and so I get this phone call as my homegirl, and this dude has been over her house again, right? And took some things from her, right? And she's scared again, and she's like, Thor, what do I do? And I'm like, well, what you do is you call the police. She's at the neighbor's house, and last time I was there, I made sure one of the neighbors was able to help her out, right? And a nice guy. So this is right in a trailer park, right over here in Springfield, right? And so she just moved in. She's mentally ill. She got broken back. Man, it's just not right. So, anyways, this guy comes over, rips the sign off the door that says he's not supposed to be there, takes some stuff from her. Somebody gave her like $10. And hooked her up with some things that she needed, just because she was digging through an ashtray. And hurrah, whoever did that and took care of my homegirl like that down in front of the store. I don't know who you are. That was a blessing of an angel. And I went by there, and she was so happy that somebody had given her that. And last time I left her, she wasn't scared. So this dude comes back, and he comes up in her house, and so the landlord says, I'll kick you out if he comes around again. My homegirl's the one who got her house forced into, so I'm like, call the police and then call your worker. And I said, and maybe I'll come by and check on you, right? Because I'm not trying to get right into it, right? I don't need any direct problems. But my job is make sure my friend feels safe. So the way we're gonna build this flour, or oh man. I gotta go to my straight baking drawer. The way we're gonna build this loaf of bread is we're gonna take part of it out, and we got some flour here. High gluten flour here. All right, and a little regular flour here. I'm running out of flour. Imagine that. That's what making a lot of soups and sauces and cookies will do. And these new things, salfafilas, man. Oh my God, I need to run out of flour. So anyways, so I decided I'm going to head on over there. And so what I'm going to do is just going to take a little bit of this, right? See? I'm just going to take that much of it. And I'm going to keep a lot of it in the pan. So this is going to be a total eyeball recipe because I'm not using my usual instrumentals. Alright. So anyways, so I stopped by over there and hey look man, look. My mouth is dry because I've just been running, right? Not for this next guy's reason. Right? So look. I'm out on my bag, right? I might be handicapped, but I still got a few skills, you know what I mean? So I'm out on my bag and doing my, oh gosh, doing my laps, right? And get my punch in, and it's my PT for my arm. So anyways, so I'm running down there, and this dude, you know when a dude be spadackle badonkadonk, be like totally ding ding ding, teeth grinding, and their mouth is set like this. And he had his hat, looked like one of my old hats, man, all rolled up. I haven't been able to find that hat. Our laundry room got broke into. Oh. But anyways, and he's all rolled up, and he's got the white crust over here in the corner of his mouth, and he's riding his bike like this. And I think maybe this is the dude, right? So I'm like I'm jogging along, right? And I like kind of look at this dude, and he's all like looking back at me like, and his teeth is grinding. And then he's like, I hear him go, "What's up? What's up?" as he goes by, and I'm like, I don't care about him. So I go into the trailer park, well, and I'm like, hey, I wanted to follow up on my homegirl. I'm like, is that the guy? Is that the guy? And I asked 2 other people who live in the trailer park, did you just see this guy wearing all black with his beanie down, all spun out of his mind? Tupadink-a-dink. You know, when a dude can only be like looking at like certain places, and he can't look you in the eye. And then he was all, I don't know what's up with you, right, West Coast bros, right? Because you'd be like, cowboy! And on East Coast, look, man, on East Coast, we got, look, no disrespect to everybody. I'm mulatto, I'm half black, and I'm half white, and I'm gonna give it to everybody sometimes, right? So we ain't got these badunkadonk stingsters white boys out on the East Coast, right? We got bush jumping niggas. Alright? Bush jumping niggas. And they will wait in the bush with a bird to get your ass. And they'll wait like this. Dude, they need some of that. You know what I mean? And with a brick, alright? They got nothing on these boys out here. Alright? These boys in Springfield ain't got nothing on a bush jumping nigger. That's all I gotta say. Alright? Because I lived in, like, we were between DC and the safe part of town, and we were in the dark part of town, and there was a lot of bushes. So there was a lot of jumping. So yeah, you walk by a bush around my town, and you'd be like, I wonder if there's a nigga in there. With a brick. Alright, but I don't like to use those words, but you know, I'm just trying to make fun of it, right? So this spadackle boy, right, start talking mac at me, right? And I'm just like, is that the guy? Because I'm like, Brenda, call the police. 911 right now. This dude was just here. We have all the witnesses that you need. There he is right there. Get this guy off your property so you don't lose your home, because the landlord is threatened to kick her out. Oh my God, I said her name again. Oops. So anyways, so this guy comes back into the parking area. You got something? I'll get you moving, and then, right? And I'm like, I turn around because I'm not even paying attention to it. I'm like, that's not the guy? She says, that's not him, so I'm not even looking. He's behind me there. And he's going back around in a circle. I live right here. I'll come over you anytime. And I'm like, before he came by the 3rd time, I left, right? Man, y'all need to go to school up here. Y'all need to get some respect on the street, man. That wouldn't have gone down in D.C., you badonkadonk. Don't threaten me. I don't like that, man. Because, look. Thor ain't no badonkadonk. Right? Alright, Chef John Ghetto Gourmet is going to cook now. Alright. I've been saving this yeast, alright? We need to have a salt. And I'm going to get our scale out to measure that. We're making a small batch here. And so I know somebody in the audience is totally cracking up right now. Oh, salt everywhere. Because I talk about not being in the game and badonkadonks. This is old, right? But look, baking is done by formulas, which are basically measurements. And so I want a 0.4 ounces of salt. That's 0.3. 0.4. No, let's see. I want a 0.7, 0.3. Look, we're gonna go with 0.3. All right. You don't add the salt ahead of time because you want the salt to. The salt inhibits yeast growth, and we wanted to grow this nice sourdough, right? Yeah, I was talking about all that stuff, and I pulled this old badonkadonk scale out. Look, man, I told you I had a past, and it's an old past, and I got right. And you know what I mean? I understand what it is to be wrong. But I was never that wrong. You know, I'm never a fool. I never rob from people. You know? Because you just, you know. In fact, I've kicked somebody's ass for doing a robbery, a burglary while I was there. I was like, dude, took him out of the house. But that was a long time ago. That was like 8 years ago. But dude shouldn't have been, he should have told me, you don't go and walking down the street with somebody and then some dude just climbing somebody's window while you're walking with them. I don't care if you're homeless. I don't care if you're both tweakers or, you know, using or whatever you want to call it out on the streets. You know, you don't just do that when you're with somebody. All right, so this was like another 4/10 of ounce of 4/10 of an ounce or 3/10 of yeast just to get a little bit. Now see how dark that is compared to the other stuff. All right, this has real high protein content, so I have to be careful how much I use of that. Otherwise, I'll post the pictures. I got these dough balls that look like these they look like footballs. They're just amazing. And then they shrunk down. They blew up like this big, and then they went down to nothing. And it was like chewing beef jerky that had been compressed, or I don't know what I mean, man. It was just like off the hook. So we're gonna start with this right here, and we're gonna see how that comes together. Because this right here, I'm making a small loaf. I told you guys I've been to do this for a while. I want to try this whole concept of keeping a sourdough going. And obviously, I need a little bit more of the sourdough. The concept of keeping a sourdough going and alive, because this is what they do in major bakeries every day. They come in and they take half of the sourdough mash and then they take half flour and they create a dough out of it. All right, and now I'm going to add my salt before things get a little off the hook here. All right, should have added it a little bit sooner, but we're just going to make this work because once I start working the bread, yeah, no, see, look at that, nice, still a little sticky. I'm going to add regular flour, and I want to put a little bit more high gluten in there, just a hair. Alright, that was a lot for the whole thing, but, you know, I'm going to keep working more flour into this. This is the kneading phase. So anyways, this Buster Holmes keeps riding around in circles, and I left, and you know what I mean. And then I had to follow up on my homegirl because, you know, she's not there, she's mentally ill. Make sure that she did call the police, make sure that she did make a report that this guy came in her house. Because it's not right for somebody who's mentally ill and handicapped who lives in the community to be afraid because some dude who's you know, on the streets and knows where she lives knows how to take advantage of her because she's real gullible. You know, I got lots of love for her. She's a real nice Christian lady, She helped me out in the past, so I'm helping her out now. It was the right thing to do. It felt good last time, and this time, I mean, it sucked that I got this jerk in the middle of it. Stink. Running around on his bicycle. Looked like a stolen bike too, all painted black. We had some bikes stolen from around here too. Huh. Well, anyways, they like to keep going back to the same territory. They're like jackals. Y'all, you know, jackals. Thor, I wear a lion's tooth. So what do you think? What do you think? I ain't that broken and old yet. Yeah, handling. So, I've done this before. We're going to back you all the way up here. I'm going to put you down lower. So, I hope you guys don't fall off that thing. So you can see my action, and remember I do this square thing. So I'm going to lay my flour out. So I came back, contact Springfield Police, and said, hey, I want to follow up, make sure my homegirl made the call, made sure this guy, because she doesn't need to lose her home, you know what I mean? And we really, look, I wanted to talk about this concept, and I didn't know what way to put it into form. So I'm going to put it in the form of the very beginning of the idea, and I'm going to let you guys think about it for a little while. The concept of a police officer, okay, policing the streets, and the concept of a peace officer making sure there's peace on the streets. Now, a police officer can shut the situation down by using direct force, by arresting somebody. Situation dissolved. They can shoot somebody. Situation dissolved. They are the final judgment on the street. It's not the courts, it's the police at times. Now, a peace officer, which I thoroughly respect, and, you know, one of these brothers, I'd make sure nothing ever happened to them, because this is what society needs. They come in and they defuse the situation, and then they build bridges of peace. And I'm telling you, it's no easy thing to do. You know what I mean? No easy thing to do. So, I had one of my instructors, Mark Harris, and if you've been out laying and taking his courses, that you know that that he used to kick it with the Black Panthers down in LA and Compton back in the 60s. And he's also the only A&D counselor that works in a community college in Oregon. And so he rolled, you know what I mean? He rolled a certain way. And he used to like to really spearhead my head, right? Because Mark is like a walking encyclopedia, you know what I mean? His whole family's doctors and professors and whatnot. And he's made a real big help in, Mark, and you know, the programming in Lane Community College, and being able to, you know, he helped me out when I was having problems. He helped me out, you know. The story last night left out a lot of the stuff that happened to me, but I'm going to tell you about that stuff because I'm writing a book about it. So, God, I got lost. So we were talking about peace officers, man, and you know, because that's what we need on the streets, and I think that's what the brothers need to be doing. I mean, I keep telling them, you know. Oh, that's right. This is the question, right? So what I mean. So, if in the 60s, down in Alabama, there was a Black Panther, and he was organizing people for voting, and he in the deep South, right? And I come from the South, and white boys ain't no joke in the South. When they get on you, they get on you. They try to play a game, and the game ain't no fun. They call kill a nigga. All right? I don't like that game. It's no fun, right? I'm mulatto. I'm white and black. I can bust on both y'all because both y'all bust on me for like 15 years. I can get back at you for a little while. And don't start with that high yellow, whatever, red bone, whatnot. I don't want to hear that. Oreo, yeah, I done heard it all, dude. Kids are vicious. That's all I gotta say. Forget grown-ups. Eggplant, whatnot. Dang. So anyways, so this Black Panther, cops get him. They hate this son of a bitch. They want him dead, but they can't kill him. What they do is down deep South Alabama. Where they said, boy, you want to look looking at my woman, boy, you? No boss, no boss, no sir boss, no sir boss. That's my thought. All right, that kind of white boy, right? And they like, oh, we're gonna get this Black Panther, right? We're gonna put him in a cell full of these redneck cracker KKK brothers, dude, right? And he's done come morning, right? And I'm like, so I'm listening to Mark tell me this story, right? And then Mark turns to me and he goes, no, what happened was he organized them. Nothing happened to him. The guys never touched him. He organized those white guys. Okay? And he goes, what do you think he said? Now that's a big question. When I get a question like that, I like to think on it for a while. I've had some big thinkers in my life, and that was a thinker, right? Until I thought about who I was. Basically, I'm in Oregon. I'm not mulatto out here. I'm black, all right? Another joke. I got jokes. La 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 la, little joke land. Na 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 na. Ha ha ha. He making jokes. You making jokes. Ha ha. White man. Black man. Ha. Hey, you there. You know what I mean? All right. He organized them. So I'm thinking, well, if I were in the same situation, maybe at church with some of the, won't say, but if you feel me, you hear me, what I would say to them, why damn well organize them. I organize them into corporations, I organize them into community movements, I organize them into what a club, a community outreach, a pillar, a Black Panther, an angel, what they're supposed to be, what they were before it all went outlaw. So, I mean, you know, if you really think about it, what's more fun, man? A rock and roll party with the whole community, or twisted back alley nonsense? Fighting with the cops and fighting with each other and burying each other and watching our brothers and sisters getting buried, or rock and roll and fun times and good party and good business. Community respect, man. I think if there's a problem in the town, just like I was to the house way before the cops were to the house from my homegirl, right? Way before, and I waited at least 5 minutes, you know what I mean? She didn't make a 911 call, but still. And so, you know, I think the brothers should be the ones showing up in the community. They should be the ones capping this stuff. But they've got to do the internal work on their own house. Read peace up, and if you're a brother, I'm not saying anything bad. Actually, I'm saying the most honorable and the most noble thing I could ever say to a club member, a citizen, a soldier, which most of them are, of the United States of America, a true patriot. And if you hear me, if you feel me, that's what I just said to you, brothers, okay? So, you know, you get called to arms, there's a call to arms. A call to move is a call to move. And when it comes home, look at this. I got this window here, tearing a little funny still. I need to go around a little bit more. But it's just going to be one loaf, it looks like, which is good. My arms are tired. Been hitting that bag. Man, that wears you out. I just started soldiering up again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bench this in my bowl. And finish. That's my story, you know what I mean? I could go into a little bit more, but you know, I talk about peace up because it's there, but it's for a select few. But if you read the end, the very last word, I'm the voice of the children. I'm Thor. Peace and grace to your own. Peace up. Chef John, the Ghetto Gourmet. I'm gonna need this a little bit more. I gotta use the restroom, so I'm gonna bench this and I'm gonna let you guys go. And I'm gonna come back one more ready later. I'm gonna go.